Hello viewers, I am Mr. Dilip Kumar Pal, stands before you with a video relating to global justice. We will discuss mainly two aspects of global justice, that is meaning of global justice and principles, basic principles of global justice. And this concept global justice is in the paper number 3 of the second semester, and the name of the paper is Political Theory, Concepts and Debates. So this is a very important topic, which is global justice. And I request my viewers to watch this video attentively, and in course of watching, write down your notes and try to be clear about global justice. And I want to inform you that all my videos are in Odia form and in English form. Odia videos will be for the students of Odisha, and English videos will be for the students of outside Odisha, and in Odisha those students who will write in English. Let us start. What is global justice? The world where we are all living is a changing world. What may be today, it may not be tomorrow. So new principles are coming up and old principles are going away. And global justice is a new concept. It has been originated in the last part of 20th century. It has been originated in the last part of 20th century, and it has become popular by scholars of internationalism, civil societies of international level, human rights activists of international level, and non-governmental organizations of the world level. So, global justice is a very popular concept today. What is the global justice? In order to be clear about the meaning of global justice, a person must be clear about the meaning of traditional justice and international justice. Sometimes people think that global justice is same as traditional concept of justice and international justice, but global justice is different from them. So what is traditional concept of justice? Traditional concept of justice speaks that it must be the duty of all the people of a country to promote the development of people of their country. It is state-based. It is confined within the boundary of the country. So, traditional concept of justice speaks that it must be the duty of all citizens of a country to promote the development of people of their country. This is traditional concept of justice. But what is international justice? International justice means there should not be any injustice to any country, or there should not be any injustice to any nation. For example, in the world, some nations are making nuclear tests, but they are preventing other nations to make nuclear tests. It is an injustice to them. It is an example of international justice. Again, in the world, some nations are emitting carbon dioxide gases more and more to atmosphere, and they are preventing other nations to emit carbon dioxide gases to atmosphere. It is another example of international justice. So international justice means there should not be any injustice to any nation. But what is a global justice? In simple language, global justice means promote justice for all human beings in globe. In simple language, global justice means it must be the duty of all the people of the country. It is the duty of all the people of the world to work for the development of all the people of the world. In simple language, global justice means it must be the responsibility of all the people of the world to promote development of all human beings residing in the world. So once an Australian philosopher, Peter Stinger, said, if a baby is drowning, it must be the responsibility of all to protect that baby. If a baby is drowning, it must be the duty of all to protect the baby from drowning. In a similar manner, global justice means it must be the duty of all people of the world to promote development and prosperity of all human beings residing in the world, irrespective of their region, nationality, caste, color, language, religion. So you are clear what is global justice in simple language. But there are some basic principles of global justice. As many as there are 7 principles of global justice. Number 1, it respect to human equality, human dignity, human worth, human personality, human development, human peace, human prosperity, fraternity of all the people of the world. The first principle of global justice is that it respects human development, human personality, human worth, human dignity, human peace, prosperity. It looks well-being of human beings, irrespective of caste, color, region, language. It gives respect to human beings. It treats human beings as human beings. Number 2, it argues responsibility of all people to work for human beings irrespective of region, nationality, religion, caste. Second principle of global justice is that it says it must be the responsibility of all human beings of the world to work for the development of all human beings residing in various parts of the world, irrespective of caste, religion, raciality, color, language. Number 3, it studies problems of human beings of world and brings solution. It studies problems of human beings of not any country. It studies problems of human beings of the entire world and tries to bring about solutions. Number 4, it articulates information relating to human problems of world. It also publishes, it also expresses problems of all human beings residing in the world. It articulates information relating to problems of human beings residing in different parts of the world. Then, the 5th important principle is it wants global policies to solve the problem. To solve global problem, it wants to make global policies to solve those global problems. Number 6, it wants to achieve MDHS, MDGs, Millennium Development Goals, SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. It wants to achieve Millennium Development Goals and Sustainable Development Goals. Millennium Development Goals means it argues that it must be the duty of rich nations to help poor nations. It is Millennium Development Goals. And Sustainable Development Goals means it must be the duty of all nations, may be rich, may be poor, to work for human problems of the world. And number 7, it wants to make world better. It wants to make world better and free from discrimination, exploitation, violence, wars, violation of human rights, gender inequalities, terrorism, pollution, epidemics, and global warming. It wants to make the world better and it wants to make the world free from different type of problems like discrimination, exploitation, violence, wars, violation of human rights, gender inequalities, terrorism, pollution, epidemics, global warming. It wants to make the world better and brighter and free from all type of problems. So we are clear what is global justice in simple language, when it has been originated, what basic principles of global justice. Now discuss. Global justice is fighting for some problems. It is fighting for some humanitarian problems. What problems are? Number one, it fights against poverty. It fights against poverty which is observed in the world level. Because in the world, there are some countries where people are getting full bread and butter. And there are some countries where people are not getting full bread and butter. So, global justice stresses to eliminate poverty from the world. Number two, fighting against substandard living. In the world, there are some countries where people have standard living. And there are some countries where people are under substandard living. It fight against substandard living. For example, in Japan, life average is 90 years. There is a good standard of life in Japan. Life average is 90 years. But in Sierra Leone, life average is 40 years. So there are some nations where standard of living is very good, where there is life expectancy is more, where standard, and there are some nations where life expectancy is very less because low standard of people. So it fights against low standard of people, low standard of substandard livings in the world. It fight against substandard livings in the world. Number three, fight against unhygienic conditions. There are some nations where people are living in hygienic conditions, and there are some nations where people are living in unhygienic conditions. Due to this, in Nigeria, 1 out of 7 newborn baby survive. In Nigeria, 1 out of 7 newborn baby only survive. But in Canada, 1 out of 11,000 baby dies. It means in Canada, out of 11,000 newborn baby, 1 dies. Means there is hygienic condition in Canada. But in Nigeria, 1 out of 7 newborn baby survive. 1 out of 7 newborn baby survive. There is unhygienic condition in Nigeria. So, global justice fights against unhygienic conditions. Number 4, fight for problems of girls. There are some nations where girls are considered as second-rate citizens. There is honor killing for girls, then female infanticide, then girls are forced for prostitution work, and girls are engaged in hazardous work. So, it fights for problems of girls. It wants to make both male and female equal. Finally, fight for girls, then fight for against genocide. There are some countries in the world like Sudan, Rwanda and Libya where dictators are found from time to time and they take shelter of genocide, mass killing. So global justice is against genocide. Again, fighting for girls remaining within 4 walls of houses. There are some countries where girls are forced to remain within 4 walls of the house. They are prevented to have education. They are prevented to have job, to perform job. And they are confined with the rearing and bearing of children. So there are some countries where girls are not duly treated, are not treated in right way. For example, there are some countries where girls are forced to remain within 4 walls of the house. They are confined with the bearing and rearing children. So it fights for the facilities of girls. So in this video we have discussed in nice way what is global justice in simple language, how it is different from traditional justice, how it is different from international justice, and we have discussed also basic principles of global justice, and we have discussed as many as 6 important problems for which it is raising its voice. Thank you, viewers. I feel that you should have enjoyed this video. It will be very much helpful to +3 second semester students to be clear about the concept of global justice. Thank you. Again we will be here with another video. Till now, goodbye to all.